Welcome back to 100 Days of Cloud FinOps with Hybr. Today we are going to see a quick overview of data source connections within the Hybr Cloud FinOps portal. So I'm navigating to the cost analysis tab and the data sources menu. So here in the connections tab, you can see a lot of existing connections already added. When we say connections, it's about onboarding your existing Azure subscriptions, AWS or GCP accounts, right? So let me go through a quick look at how it works for Azure. So once I select Azure as the source connection or the cloud provider, I can make a choice of either using the Azure cost export or Azure subscription details. So if you have configured existing cost export in Azure portal, you can choose this option, and this will present you with the steps to select existing cost export configurations from Azure. So you can log into the account and Hybr will automatically pull in existing configurations for cost export. Or you can select Azure subscription details here, and that will enable you to configure not only cost export but also onboard that Azure subscription, so that Hybr can pull in all other sorts of data like usage details, the resource metrics and whatnot. So let me choose that option, and again I can log in directly from here to my Azure. This will bring all the subscriptions that my account has access to. So this is again a very integrated experience where you don't have to leave the portal to do these type of configurations, right? Which is very powerful. So I select one of the subscriptions and move to the next step. So here again, Hybr automatically configures the application ID and the secret and whatnot required to automatically be able to pull the data in the background. So I can select if everything looks okay, I can select and go ahead for the next step. So in the next step, I can optionally configure the cost export, or if I only want to onboard the subscription for other type of management activities, I can just skip this step. So similarly, you can add any number of Azure subscriptions for both as a Azure ARM endpoint as well as for the cost export. Once this is done, automatically Hybr backend will start pulling the data for these connections. It's not only just for Azure. So Hybr Cloud FinOps supports multiple cloud providers such as Azure, AWS, GCP, directly connecting to Kubernetes to get Kubernetes data. Azure Stack Hub and any REST API can also be used to collect data. And in addition to this, through our building module, Hybr can collect data from VMware, OpenStack, System Center, Veeam, Commvault, all sorts of on-premise data center related technologies as well. So this again, to reiterate, Hybr becomes the single place to be able to view and visualize all sorts of cost data, utilization data across both public cloud as well as private and data center. So once you configure the data source connections, there are a lot of other options for giving rules on how to process the data and whatnot. And we will see more of those in our upcoming episodes. Thanks for joining us again. See you soon.